Infiniti is a relative newcomer in the UK, but already it hopes to challenge established rivals like the BMW 5 Series, Mercedes-Benz E-Class and the Audi A6. And it hopes to do so with this, the Q70, an executive saloon formerly known as the M. That's a bit of a tall order given our love of German machinery, but there's really never any harm in having more choice, and not everyone wants to follow the crowd. But is the posh arm of Nissan really onto a winner? Most of its competitors are fairly common, whereas the Q70 is a bit quirky. Given that Infiniti only sold 734 cars last year, you're going to stand out from the crowd. The Q70 Hybrid offers so much headroom and legroom that you'll feel like Warwick Davis. Little touches like the curved dashboard and glove box really maximise the interior space. The boot in the standard petrol and diesel car is pretty big at 450 litres, but in the hybrid, it's just 350 litres. And that's because of all the bits necessary for the hybrid powertrain, which means you can't fold the rear seats down, and because of that, IKEA trips are out of the question. In terms of equipment, you get a lot for your money. It has navigation as standard, then there are the 18-inch alloy wheels, front and rear parking sensors, LED headlights, and leather seats with ventilation, which are wonderfully comfortable and supportive. This particular model is fitted with two optional extras, a £680 metallic paint job and a £950 sunroof, bringing the grand total to a cool £48,230. The Q70 comes with a choice of three engines, a 2.2 litre diesel, a 3.7 litre petrol borrowed from the Nissan 370Z, and this, the hybrid. This is by far the best and easily the Q70's defining asset. The combination of a 3.5 litre petrol and an electric motor makes for a huge surge of pace when you need it, but because of the linear power delivery, it's always extremely smooth and very torquey. Given the sheer size of the vehicle, it's amazing to note that this thing is actually quite agile and actually very, very easy to drive. The car wallows over uneven terrain, and you never quite feel happy going into a corner with too much speed because of the lack of steering feel. But it is rewarding to drive around town and at lower speeds. Given the sheer size of the thing, it's actually remarkably easy to drive, although it does have an absolutely gigantic turning circle. The 7-speed gearbox is good for the most part. It's very smooth and seamless almost all of the time, and it's very quick to react in sport mode. I have to say one of my favourite things about this car is the engine. In fact, it's so good, even the most boring businessman will find it hard not to mash the pedal and enjoy a 0 to 60 time of 5.3 seconds, which is just phenomenal. The Q70 is therefore a mixed bag. It does the motorway and A-road thing without breaking a sweat, and it's reassuringly powerful and agile when it needs to be. Occasionally, it's even fun, yet it lacks the same dynamic composure of its rivals. Unlike most hybrids, Infiniti says the electric motor is there to improve performance, as opposed to help you save the planet. Even so, you can expect up to 44.9 miles per gallon and 145 grams per kilometre of CO2 emissions, making it a very potent mix of performance and penny saving, providing of course you drive sensibly. It's fair to say that you could get a more complete package elsewhere, but at the risk of looking like a sheep, Infiniti has taken a brave punt with the Q70, and in doing so we have a car that does the task it sets out to do very, very well. If you're brave enough, there's certainly no harm in giving it a go.
Yeah, they made a hybrid. I don't get it, man. The Panamera is not for vegans. It's a big luxury brute. It hates vegans. No offense to vegans. I'm just saying that this is the